Hey everybody, welcome back to Open Sports Page. I'm Sid Rosenberg.
And I'm Amber Wilson.
All right, today we'll discuss a shopaholic New York Knick who's not good with his bills and why having a good arm isn't enough to make big bucks as an NFL quarterback. The ladies need to be turned on by you first. Let's take a look at the front page.
Before we get to the fun stuff, we start on a very sad note, actually. Former Iowa State running back Stevie Hicks took his own life the day after Thanksgiving by jumping from an interstate overpass. The 25-year-old couldn't handle his broken dreams of not making it to the NFL. Hicks was a standout in high school and had some big accomplishments in college, leading his team in rushing all 4 years as a Cyclone, but injuries plagued him, and Hicks didn't have any luck getting any looks from the league, which was apparently too much for him to handle. He even had a season in 2004. He rushed for over 1,000 yards. I mean, he was a good player, a very good player in high school, and definitely had aspirations that he would make it to the league and couldn't handle it. And I think this just speaks to that issue of the fact that kids need to realize that the majority of people that play football or play any sport for that matter never turn pro in it. Like that cheesy NCAA commercial where they're like, we have 400,000 student athletes and, you know, all but a few of them are going pro in something other than sports. And as cheesy as that commercial is, it's extremely true.
Yeah, look, I like the field I work in. I enjoy what I do, whether it's my radio show by morning or this show with you by afternoon. I love it. I can't imagine myself doing anything else. But I will tell you that it wasn't like I longed my whole life to get this. I kind of got lucky with this. I went to rehab, ended up working for a company, and was kind of in the right place at the right time. But there's nothing in my life outside my family that I love enough where I'd be disappointed to the point where I would even think about taking my own life. I know there are people out there like that, but I can't identify with that because even though I've got a dream job, I kind of fell in it by accident, and I'm not even sure if I even appreciate it to this day. So I don't understand that.
I mean, this is what I've always wanted to do since the time I was a little girl, but it doesn't mean so much to me that if there was some reason that I couldn't do it tomorrow, that I would, I mean, I would hope that I have other things to live for, as everybody should. And it's such a sad story because, you know, these hopes and dreams, I guess when we're little kids, we're all told by our parents we can be anything that we want.
Not me. I'm Jewish. I was told I have to be a doctor.
But the crap's just not true. We can't be anything we want. I couldn't be a rocket scientist if I wanted to. I don't think.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you can. Who knows?
I don't know about all that. I'm really bad at math.
Yeah. Okay.
I know that no matter how hard I worked at math, I think I would suck at math.
I think you're in the right business.
You know what I mean? I think I am. But I mean, you know, if I got in a horrible accident tomorrow or something, my face was, you know, or something. I mean, horrible stuff can happen. You never know. Injuries outside of sports, horrible things can happen. Yeah. And you can't ever put your entire livelihood based on one thing.
I agree with you. Hopefully you've got other things to live for.
Yes.
Jason doesn't, by the way, the producer of the show, Jason Garcia.
Well, I mean, what else deserve your Jason Garcia?
Yeah, he's got nothing going on. Yeah. The BCS has been endlessly criticized, Amber, and what's happening in Miami with Orange Bowl ticket sales isn't going to help the situation one bit. The Virginia Tech-Cincinnati Bearcats bowl game is being called a bust because no one is buying tickets for it. Apparently, some ticket holders are selling these things for $1. They're so desperate to unload a 50-yard line ticket under $200, and for $250, you can get your own executive suite. Does this speak to a bigger problem inside college football? These bowl games.
The BCS sucks, and that these bowl games, that with the reason that we have the BCS as opposed to a playoff system is to maintain the integrity of the bowls and the history of the bowls and all the money that these bowl games allegedly bring in. And then you look at a bowl like the Orange Bowl and you realize that that's just a load of crap that we always hear.
I agree.
I mean, I don't know, the integrity of what? The integrity of $1 tickets and no one wanting to come and no one wanting to see these matchups?
Well, you can still bet on them. That's kind of cool, I guess. That's what they're looking for. But you're right. There's a couple of matchups that are great matchups. Oklahoma, Florida, obviously a great matchup. Penn State, USC, a great matchup.
But those games would be there regardless. Those are the games that we would have in a playoff system. So those games would be played either way. It's the Cincinnati, Virginia Tech games that wouldn't be played. And those are the ones that apparently no one wants to see anyways. So stop giving me that excuse.
Well, the other problem is that somebody from the Big East had to go. I maintain it's not a team from that conference, whether it's Pittsburgh or Rutgers or Cincinnati, that anybody wants to see.
That's the problem with the system. The fact that a team from every conference has to go, that's a huge problem with the system.
You're better off taking a team from the SEC, another team from the SEC, or want to put in one of those teams.
If you did it based on football merits, that's how it would be. Correct. You would have a few teams from a conference, you know, but it's not based on football merits. It's based on business and money, like everything else, right?
That's why college football is rough. I mean, they got to fix that thing eventually. But thank God Barack Obama, that's the first thing he's going to do.
Sydney, that was an unnecessary comment.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
A little Republican humor.
No, obviously. Still more to come on the OSP. Bills are piling up in New York, and quarterbacks are bringing sexy back. Backpage coming up next. Is that your sexy dance?
A little bit.
So you think you can tackle a pro? There's only one way to find out. Click on fantasy at opensports.com.
Welcome back to the OSP. Time now to check out, as always, what's burning up the back page.
In a lawsuit filed Wednesday, a Chicago clothing store called Casual Male is suing New York Knicks. It's a big and tall store. You don't love that place.
No, I've been there. I bought close to my dad there. My father's big and tall.
Oh, he's big and tall. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, Casual Male is suing New York Knicks center Eddie Curry for allegedly running up a bill worth over $41,000 on clothes and then not paying it. That's $22,000 in suits, 8 sweaters ranging from $750 to well over $1,000 a pop, and nearly $4,000 in ties. The company also wants their near $6,000 in interest they say Curry owes.
See, I don't know how these things work. You know, sometimes when he's a star athlete in Chicago, and lots of these stores give this stuff away, and because they want
$41,000 away.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because they want Eddie Curry to be walking around, you know, tapping on the rush, going, "See this suit? I got it from Casual Male."
Okay.
But now that he's in New York.
Right, now they want their money back because he did buy this stuff a couple years ago.
Right.
Which is why the interest is $6,000. And that's exactly it. Why didn't you sue Curry before?
Exactly. These stores do this stuff all the time. When you're there, they want you to be their guy. Then when you leave, it's like, oh, wait a second. So they set the bad precedent, and then they want what they think is coming to them. So in this case, I'm on Eddie Curry's side.
But if you're Curry, how do you handle a situation like that? Because don't you figure you're going to get slapped for that later?
Yeah,
if you did ever leave?
Yeah, I don't think he's really worried about that.
Although $41,000 to a guy like Eddie Curry is not.
He spends that at the marquee on Friday night on drinks.
Exactly. Probably so. So you would assume that, you know, this probably isn't him trying to ignore this bill.
No.
It's probably just one that he overlooked and didn't see coming.
I'm more surprised, forgetting about the story, that we've been talking about Eddie Curry. Last I checked, he hasn't played 1 second of basketball for the Knicks yet this year. He's played as much as Stephon Marbury.
Stephon Marbury, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we talk about him a lot, too.
Well, we do. He's got $22 million coming his way this year.
Go.
Only Kevin Garnett will make more this year in the NBA than Stephon Marbury. This week, the Kansas City Star.
He's a hell of a bench warmer at all those for all those.
Now he buys his own tickets.
That's what I'm saying. Hell of a bench. Yeah, that's true. He's like a courtside warmer, not even a bench warmer anymore.
Right, Laker Nick came. This week, the Kansas City Star, Amber, came out with a story where researchers found that attractive NFL quarterbacks make more money than the ugly ones. Looks apparently had a statistically significant effect on their salaries. The researchers used Brody Croyle.
Poor guy.
As an example of a not-so-attractive quarterback, nor a very good quarterback. I mean, while guys like Tom Brady see, that's kind of a silly comparison because Brady's the best quarterback ever.
Well, right. And I don't think they were actually comparing, like, Tom Brady to Brody Croyle, but they said that, you know, there were other things that factored into this, of course, like how good you are, accurate, or your arm strength, but they said that looks themselves did actually have an impact from what they found, especially when comparing quarterbacks in the same class.
I can tell you that 2 of the top
Well, I don't know. Matt Leinart, everyone thinks he's hot. I do not, for the record, but everyone thinks he's hot, and he gets paid. What the hell has he done?
But he got paid because he won a national championship and a Heisman. I mean, statistically, 2 of the top 5 highest paid quarterbacks
So did Danny Warfel,
NFL,
and he didn't get paid.
But
Danny Warfel's actually quite a good-looking guy as well.
He was a good-looking guy. But Peyton Manning and Eli Manning are 2 of the top 4 highest paid quarterbacks, and those are not good-looking guys.
I don't think so.
They are some doofy-looking guys.
I don't think so. I have a feeling even Brody Croyle gets the honeys.
Oh, well, they get the honeys.
Probably like the 4-string. The guy on the backup squad probably gets the money.
You would know.
Or gets the honeys, not the money. They don't get the money. They get the honeys. I wouldn't know. Why would I know?
You're a girl. I'm just saying, not you specifically. I mean, your gender would know.
I heard another radio show. I heard a radio show doing this story actually a few days ago, and the people calling. No, it was not.
Was it in the morning?
I'm not talking about that, Sydney. I was listening to yours all morning. Anyways. And
so
the
what
people
was Mike
calling
Golick saying?
It totally was too.
Okay,
the people calling in all had different opinions though about who was good looking in the NFL. Like everybody writing into them had all different. I mean, I don't know how you could conduct a study like this. In other words, because everybody is so drastically varied on what they find attractive.
But everybody thinks Tom Brady's good looking.
No, there was people saying Tom Brady's overrated. That Matt Castle's better looking than Tom Brady.
No,
which is not true.
No. Aaron Rodgers not good looking.
I know women that are obsessed with Aaron Rodgers that think he's hot.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't think he's a good looking guy.
I don't really either.
Yeah.
I don't really think there honestly are that many good looking quarterbacks.
Brady, Carson Palmer's not a bad look. This is really gay.
He's okay.
Why am I doing this? Can we let's
Phillip Rivers, man. It's not bad. All right, that's gonna do it for this is fun actually. I like you like you being a little gay.
You like that?
It's,
Yeah,
it's
thanks.
a little fun.
My feminine
That's
side.
It's gonna do it for us here on Open Sports page. Make sure you turn in every day for the latest in sports news and our opinions.
All right, so for the beautiful Amber Wilson, I'm Sid Rosenberg. Don't
The
forget,
beautiful Sid Rosenberg,
that's right,
in my
the
opinion.
Sid
That's why he
Rosenberg
gets paid so much.
radio show, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, in one of two places online at sidrosenberg.com or 790theticket.com. And, of course, keep it right here at opensports.com, where the future of sports on the web is open. Also, by the way, from Amber and I to our Jewish brethren out there, everybody, happy Hanukkah.
And happy birthday to my grandmother. She turns 80 tomorrow.
And happy birthday to our boss, Mike Levy. His birthday is today.
Oh, yes, that's true. So
about
happy
that?
birthday, Mike, and happy birthday, Nanny.
We'll see you Monday. Bye.
For more great videos, check back every day on opensports.com.